Yo! Should have got a couple of Santa hats. A couple of Santa hats to wear. A bit more festive.
Didn't even think about it, eh?
Yeah. Stolen joke. I'll take it. I don't have palm cards like Keanan does. No, boys, what's happening? How are we? How is everything?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Well, yeah, just over
Another
a week.
week.
This one.
We almost got in a roll there. And
Yeah, we're starting to roll up. The technical difficulty stopped us last week. But we're back. We're back. Serving the people of our small little community we got building here. Anything
Keanan's going to sweat it out this week in the fucking
fuck, bro.
in the Christmas
I'm doing it for everybody else, just to look like
nice.
I'm in the spirit. I'm sweating me fucking cheeks off.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice here to do that. Once the podcast finishes, you can have a nice cool shower.
Do you guys ever watch things like Christmas movies and shit and be like, fuck, I wish it snowed at Christmas?
Yeah, all the time.
Exactly.
Every single time you watch a Christmas movie, they're all from America.
Not cocaine, just real snow. Yeah.
Kind of both. But oh yeah, definitely like you wish. Like even when I watch like Home Alone and shit, I'm just like, fuck.
Bro, Home Alone's one of the all-time greats.
It is. It's fucking nuts off its head. I love it. Used to want like every year, just bang, Home Alone was on.
Yeah. I go every Christmas Eve, I go Christmas vacation. So I always watch Clark Griswold on Christmas Eve and usually get pretty blind and then wait.
Is that one of those like National Lampoons?
National Lampoons, yeah.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, but bro, Christmas vacation.
I used to watch Die Hard on Christmas Eve every year. But
Yeah.
One of those guys. Die Hard's a Christmas
Yeah,
movie.
I never thought of it as a...
well, I did it just like when I was going. I haven't done it in a long time now, but that used to be one. And I used to watch the Polar Express when I was a young kid because that was always on TV the night before. Like
the Grinch, bro. That was fucking on every year.
The cartoon.
No, the actual movie.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it was on every year, and I didn't have fucking Foxtel or anything, so it was
so you don't have a
literally
choice,
one of the
you just
only
on the
things you can
Grinch.
watch.
Yeah,
But you're sitting up and you're like, I've got
It's
to go to
fucking
sleep,
good,
and you're
man.
like,
yeah.
fuck.
If it
Jim
wasn't the
Carrey kills
Grinch,
it.
it was Elf, and you had to just watch Will Ferrell in it.
Oh, Elf's number one, man.
It's
for me.
good, so good.
Fuck, man.
I
yeah.
did love Elf, man. Fuck. My missus hates it.
Really?
Elf, but then we put it on at home.
She's ISIS or what?
Yeah, she's like anti-fun. It's ridiculous. but like,
man, because Lakins loves Elf now, and I'm like, yes, man. We've watched it like 5 times already in the last month.
That's not yes, bro, when you have to do that. My fucking kid's favourite movie at the moment is Moana, and it literally gets watched 3 times a day, the whole fucking movie.
Oh, you know when Moana grows up a little bit? Pretty hot, yeah? Like, she's going to be...
How do we go down that path?
Well, I was thinking about Brett Finch, you know.
that's a good segue into the Rugby League news anyway.
Not yet.
Fucking hell.
How's this guy? Just segueing from Moana to,
Your fucking head, mate, is all over the place.
I'd love to be up
And
in
I
there.
would never want to open that door and get inside of it.
I'd love to see in there just once. Like,
Oh, mate, you
little
know-
hamster on the wheel just running around.
Bro, you don't want to see it. I lock a lot of things away that don't slip out, so you don't want to see it.
You look almost exact same inside his head as Jeffrey's. And they're just like...
So, yeah, what you watch...
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Zing, take that,
Dude.
motherfucker.
Palm guard. He just
That was
throws it
sweet.
away.
Yeah, just
Fucking
fuck
burns
on to the
it.
next,
Yeah.
That was nice.
Sorry.
That was pretty good.
But you watching that a lot, Keanan, Moana? Like,
I've watched it twice today.
Oh, yeah.
And I've only been home half the day.
yeah. The music's fucking sick, though.
Yeah, but it was at the beginning too.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I'll download a couple of those songs on my phone now. I'm just like
Like
every morning I wake up and all I can hear,
Moana.
what can I say except you're welcome? And I'm just like, oh my fucking God.
See, for me, you're welcome. I don't like... That's one of my worst. Like, I like this opening, Moana, make way. I love that shit. I love when the wave, like, picks her up, puts her down, and licks her hair up and shit. I'm like, that's so fucking cool, man.
How's that go? Then the coconuts,
Yeah.
the trunks and the
you wanna-
leaves.
Yeah, you want to live there, man. I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
this shit. I'm going to live at that place.
But she's not allowed to leave, so why would you want to live there? It's like being held hostage on an island.
Yeah.
And then she does it. Crazy, bro.
I know. But yeah, Elfman, fucking killer.
Yeah, Elf is
Yeah.
top shelf.
I
Like-
love when he's singing beside the shower.
yeah.
Because she got pipes in real life.
She got
can
pipes,
sing,
yeah,
man.
can sing.
And then he's
Who?
Zoe.
What's her name?
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he joins in.
Yeah, and then
she's
she goes,
like-
ah! Dude's in the bathroom.
Oh, man.
Yeah, pretty
Wait,
funny.
when he walks in and they think he's a Christmas
Yeah,
Christmas gift, and
like
he's
working at the store.
Dad,
Oh,
I
no,
love
Kris
you."
Kringle, yeah.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you, I
and
love you, I
I
love
traveled
you.
here, and he's like, man, that got a bit weird.
Yeah. He goes, who sent this? He goes, Santa sent me
He
from
keeps
the
trying
North
to,
Pole.
keeps trying to hold his hand and shit. Yeah,
Fucking getting a bit warm in here.
Very. I'm sweating in his
Jesus
shirt.
Christ.
David's got the two shirts
I'm double
on.
skinned just
Yeah.
because I yeah.
I'm
we'll leave
foreskin.
that. Yeah. Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Happy Christmas anyway, boys. I got a couple of presents for the boys.
Oh.
Six
Couple of
packs
six
all
packs.
around, yeah.
Couple of sixes. That's
There
lovely.
was one for the guest, but he didn't fucking show up, so
Yeah.
I put it back in the thing
And
over
they're
there.
just
Typical.
brown bricklanes, aren't they? Or-
Yeah, whatever. It's just beers, bro. It's just, if you don't want it, you can fucking.
I know. I want
you
it.
can leave it there.
I want it. Beer's
I'm never
beer,
going to turn
man.
down free anything, let alone
Yeah.
free
I was
piss.
gonna give you cartons, but then I looked at me pile and I was like, "Ooh, don't have that many left."
How
so-
often does your pile get stocked up? Like, does he just drop
No,
them
it's
over?
it's not a fucking restocking
Oh,
pile.
okay.
It's one that goes from here, and once it gets to the bottom, there's
Yeah.
no more.
But they go out to the bottle-os, don't they? And then, or...
Yeah, whatever.
Mm.
I can't. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
these
It
anyway?
is what it is, bro. Yeah, what are we
Freddie's,
drinking,
hit us up
Freddie?
with some
Mate, there's
seltzers,
so
some-
much seltzer shit on the shelf, so I just try
Some
like
There is
island boys.
Island fever,
Just
man.
trying to make
Yeah.
it.
So obviously, I was listening to the Island Boys, and then
Yeah. And do you see him blow up on,
Jake
Jake Paul's
Impulsive, yeah.
podcast? And they like just fucking stormed out. I saw like a short video of it.
Would
It's
that
fucking
would,
pretty
would
funny.
they scare you at all? Because they're the most
Right.
non-frightening people I've ever seen in my life.
They-
Honestly, it's like getting into a fight with a fucking pine cone. Cunt.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be
look at you, cunt.
Yeah, it'd be like, fucking, what's that movie where he shoots the bullet and it goes around through
Oh,
everyone?
Wanted. Yeah.
That would be my fears through both of their heads. Just do it both at one time.
Why don't you just stand in front of them and do
Yeah.
it? Because
I
you
wouldn't have
can't
the
curve
gun. It's just
bullet.
my fears, though, man. I don't have
Yeah.
a gun.
Your what?
I can't,
Oh,
I can't
fears.
curve
Oh, okay.
bullets, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, how they blow. But it's funny because the reason they blew up is because they kept asking questions about what happens when this like little thing that you got going runs out. Like
Yeah.
you could
No, but the
sell
guy
your,
was
sell your gold
he's like
teeth.
you should sell
Yeah.
your jewelry and stuff
Yeah.
and fucking invest, and they're like got real pissed off about it. I'm like, it's just like he was just like
It's a
giving me some
genuine
advice,
question,
bro.
and it's a smart question because there's not like we've seen a lot of fucking really like unknowns shoot up to the very top, and then within fucking 2 months you won't ever see him again.
But that one
And
brother,
these guys-
you're not inviting him to a cocaine party, eh? His nose
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
side was like,
Yeah, it comes from
you know.
fuck. It
I don't
does.
know. I was looking at his nose. I couldn't fucking get my eyes off his shit hair.
Yeah,
Fucking annoys the shit out of me.
but
Just
yeah.
looking at
Anyway,
it.
back to the Island Fever hard seltzers.
Yeah, right, David.
I have been trying a bit of trying to expand my horizons a bit. I'm still a heavy favoured beer drinker, but I've every now and then I also just get a little bit of something just to put on the end of me beers. So I'll have me beers all day or whatever I'm doing, and then something on the back of it.
My favourite at the moment is those fizz.
I think
they're real good.
I've been liking Brooklyn Vale. They do the alcoholic ginger beer, but they also do alcoholic lemon lime bitters. I've been getting on them a little bit. They're not too bad. They come in the smaller cans.
They got the peach iced tea as well, I think. Or
Yeah,
something
they
like
got
that.
iced teas and they got ginger beers. That's all pretty good. And this shit's pretty good. My missus drinks this flat
Yeah.
out, and I always just get into it. So,
So yeah, supposedly I also look at the fucking calories and shit. Like I think, I'm doing well. Because
Yeah.
it's not big, you know.
That's what I was when at kid's birthday the other week. I had like these new ones. They were called Just, I think. And the guy was like, "Oh, if you go buy something from Coles and bring it back, they're usually, I think it was usually like $50 for the 10-pack." And he's like, "But if you bring a receipt back, it'll down the bottom it'll say there's a deal and it's $38." I was like, "Oh, fucking sweet! Oh, 35, sorry, from $50 just
Yeah.
for." I went and bought a pack of gum, come back and got it $15 off. But they were all right. But
bargains.
they're
son.
like, that's why I was looking at him because I was like, oh, trying to watch me
Watch
weight
the
here.
sugar.
So there's no, oh fuck yeah, no sugar, no calories. I'm like, sweet, I'm on here.
Was that a good
I woke up
bargain
feeling
deal?
like an absolute piece of shit.
They got rid of them.
What was the Japanese or Chinese lemon drink?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
heaps
it.
of people drinking
Man.
that. lately.
Suntory 196.
Ever since you
Yeah.
mentioned it, I've seen
Yeah,
it everywhere.
yeah.
bro.
I never saw it before Keanan
Yeah.
mentioned it, and since that day, I see the shit flat
Just
out.
stay
eh?
away
I know.
from it,
Christy
man.
was
It's
like,
not
"Why
good.
didn't you try?" I was like, "No."
No.
Yeah.
I've heard bad things. I've heard bad things about this,
Yeah.
and I've seen
Yes.
photos of Keanan blacked out in his own toilet. No, that ain't nothing.
I mean,
we
if you
wanna see
had
again.
10 of them by themselves, you'd probably be alright. But I think it's just because they're real, like acidic as well. Because it's like lemon. They reckon that they freeze lemons and then crush them up and put them in the can with vodka. That's how they reckon the process of making it. So it's basically just
Fucking
lemon
hell.
juice. So if you're drinking fucking 5 liters of lemon juice,
Your
and you
stomach's
think you're
going to be pretty fucked up anyway.
Yeah.
but I was just
It's like burn the line.
It was
Oh, yeah,
burning,
like-
bro. That's what it was. It just felt like heartburn, but vomit.
Like your alkaline levels in your body would be like
Yeah.
your pH would be going through the roof.
Shut
Acidity.
up, eh?
No, but I was getting fine. It was lemon. You know when you get sick and they say drink a lemon drink? I was
Yeah.
fucking
But
never
during the
getting sick
night,
there.
I'm sure Keanan was putting his dance moves on, as we've all seen on Facebook and Instagram.
Well,
and
he
then
got-
the next morning.
I had
Yeah.
about 20 beers as well. That probably didn't help. But if you drank just the drinks by themselves, it might not be that bad. Maybe
Yeah.
just 6 of them.
Yeah, just them, but
6%
incorporate
drinks
all the other
too.
drinks.
Yeah, like if...
What happened to our sign?
Oh, what the fuck happened there?
I don't know.
I don't know. I fucked with the thing the other day.
Turn it back on.
Hopefully, there's not a blackout and we got to record this shit again.
People...
No, because then I could get rid of the Moana joke.
Yeah. He's gonna say you can't.
Actually, no, that would go on Instagram for sure. Like Keaton's call.
What is Epstein joke? Yeah, I was gonna say we can't relive that. That was a once-off thing. That was a real quick move.
Oh man.
Anyway, you want to get into a bit of.
Well, what do you
yarn?
do for
What
Christmas
got?
anyway?
I'm gonna usually don't do anything. I had my family Christmas last night, so we usually do it before Christmas, so
Yeah.
that we can go off and do whatever we want. So Joel goes to Gympie with his missus, and I usually just get on the piss by myself. It's pretty cool.
With your missus.
Well, yeah, this year will be. This is the first year I've been with my missus because last year I was in Melbourne with Joel.
Oh yeah.
So this year, yeah, I think I'll go to breakfast with Mum. Go have breakfast with her, and then
Nice.
just linger around.
Mumsy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much all I do. We don't have a big Christmas because we don't have a big family.
Have you got your missus a present yet? Keenan's got good present advice for you if you need it.
I can see you fucking coming out with that.
Tell him what you got her.
The 8-inch dildo.
With the suction cap for like in the shower.
Really? Genius.
Awesome. And it feels very real too. She
It-
compared it this afternoon.
Just say
She was holding my dick and the dildo, and she was like, "Oh, it feels exactly the same." But
I felt bad looking at it.
I think I'm going to get replaced in the house. I'll tell you that much.
At least then you're just like, fuck off, I'm playing FIFA.
But
Go
the
just hook up
size
in
of
there.
it, I'm like, why isn't it coloured black though? You know, it's a white one.
It's
I'm
not-
like,
it's like normal size, isn't it?
no, I think it's kind of big, eh?
You are,
But we've-
are small in stature, Christian, let's face it.
Right, we've all showered together every season. But I'm a grower, not a shower, yeah?
You're neither.
Yeah, it doesn't really grow much.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, yeah.
A grow. just
Definitely
little
not a
bit.
shower, but by the sounds of things, not a grow either. Sorry, Chrissy. I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
That's all right. I try to always shower next to like Cal or something, but
Cal's got like a half a roll of quarters.
sometimes I'm in between Cal and the kid. It's just like it's just that progression of
It's like a bar graph.
It's like a-
I'm
yeah,
the
just-
I'm the outlier, just like in that one where it's like in this one to the side.
Inflation has been on an all-time high this year.
It's because I go so hard on the field and you guys don't. It just goes inside my body, you know.
If it went hard, you'd think it would come out a bit more.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough for talking about the short dicks,
Yeah.
Christian. What's been happening in the rugby league world? I know.
There's a bit on.
Yeah, so we've already touched on Finchy, so I don't know if we need to go there anymore. But
probably
he's-
not.
That's not.
Probably
Yeah,
not till
probably
after.
not a bad choice of words.
I
too.
could,
We
I
don't
could
wanna know
probably
what
put
he's
him in
fucking-
contact with another of my mates that have gone down that road.
Maybe we should leave this until after the 11th of January. We find
Is
out
when- yeah.
if he's.
I don't really want to
guilty or
talk
not
about it
guilty.
anyway because it's
Yeah, me either. But anyway, we'll just leave it at that. Brett Finch has got himself into some hot water, and that'll be that.
Yeah, and it could be fucking totally like orchestrated the wrong way, and so we'll just wait till after the.
Probably not, but anyway.
Yeah, we'll see what's.
But we just me and Keanan were talking this before you came, Daneo, because we thought you'd want to talk about it. But the Broncos, Dolphins have signed. Who is it?
Osaka.
Osaka. Yeah. What thoughts?
It's good for the Broncos.
Do we care much? Or
I think it's good for the Broncos.
Helps their situation with positions. Like they don't have to fucking leave a lot more people out at once. But that's in.
And they're not going to
another season.
But they're not going to play him this year now. They don't have him next year, and that way they can fit in everyone. Because at the moment, I was still struggling to find out where they put everyone. So you're going to have Stags to play in the centres, and then your other centre is either going to be like Farnworth or Tessie New or Selwyn Cobbo, one of these guys, and then those two wing spots are left now without Osako there. You can have whoever doesn't make the centre, whether it's Farnworth or Cobbo, go on one wing, and then you've also got the option of Oates. You've got Jordan Pereira and Tessie New can play fullback. Like it just gives you more options because you don't have to worry about trying to fit him in. And I think
hasn't done. He's got to be on the wing though, or something. Like he can't be fucking.
No, you can't put the fucking smallest guy on the field on the wing. He's going to get jumped over every day of the week.
I don't see him being a long-term fullback.
Me either, but I think they'll put Cobbo on the wing just to like slowly develop him a bit more, and then move him to fullback next season. I think Tessie New will be the fullback for this year, even though I don't really like it. Like he offers a bit in attack, but in defence. The amount of times last year teams were scoring tries in the Broncos, and Tessie New at fullback was standing there watching them score at his feet.
Yeah, he gets
he
gets out of position very,
and like even when he gets to it, he's not putting his body on the line like other fullbacks. Like you see, Gutho's never standing up on his line.
Yeah,
he's always fucking on his ass,
yeah,
trying to stop something. But Tessie's even when he's getting there, he's just not getting his body on the line, and he does some freakish things with the ball, and he's not bad pushing him around defence, but it's just. I suppose another year couldn't hurt him. See how he goes as well.
Yeah, he could definitely grow in the position, but like it's.
But when you got Cobbo there,
yeah,
he's going to be your fullback like long term. Looking at him, looking at how he went for winning Manly.
Can we get like a notepad so I can tell you how many times the cunt does that every fucking podcast?
Looking at how he went for winning Manly, you can see he's an out and out thoroughbred at fullback. Like he's an out and out freak. So I think he's going to be there eventually, but. Maybe the best thing for this season, put him on the wing, let him develop, play New at fullback because he's got some experience there and see how we go.
Well, they said someone said that they were spotting people, like watching them train, and that they were seeing Walters cycle Nui and Farnsworth at fullback.
Yeah.
See, I don't know about that. Hey, fuck.
But Farnsworth, like he's proven to be very, very tough, and probably would do those things at a fullback if he has played that position before.
True.
Like, you know,
he takes a lot of very tough carries even from the centres. So if you put him at fullback, he'd probably help you out with a lot of meterage out of trouble and stuff. So
and who knows, he might have put on another fucking 10, 15 kilos.
And he's already a sizable lad too. He's tall. He's like
he came in really, really skinny, and you're like, oh, all right, like. He was on the wing and he was getting ragdolled a bit. And then the season after, he had a good pre-season, obviously, on the weights, and he fucking put on a bit of kilos. So this year, he probably fucking going to be bigger again.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see.
I was at fucking Bunnings, man. I think I was telling Keanan this, but I was at Bunnings, and I'm in the plumbing aisle, and there's a guy and his missus, and comes up and asks me a quote because you could see that I was grabbing my shit pretty quick from the plumbing aisle, and just asked me a plumbing question, and we're all wearing masks, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. I was like, mate, what you need to do here is you just need a like a compression socket, take one side off, and the flexi goes to the other side. And I was looking at him and I was like, fuck man, that Post Malone tattoo is exactly like Reynolds Post Malone tattoo on his leg. And then I looked at his next shit, I was like, oh, it is fucking Reynolds. So yeah, he's asking me that, and then I was just like, Freddie, be cool, just let it go.
Yeah,
man. I was just like, yeah, have a good day, man.
He's like, by the way, I've got a receipt in my pocket, bro. Have you got a pen? Because I need that fucking
receipt. Say, you know that advice is going to cost you a trip to the podcast. So you got to come to the studio next week. We're gonna
give a shout out on Instagram. Reynolds, bro. Remember when I helped you in Bunnings, bro? Can you get on our podcast now and talk about?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I thought it'd be a bad move with his heavily pregnant wife as well, with him and stuff like that.
So, excuse me, Mrs. Can you take a photo of me and Adam, please? She's just there. Preggers eyes.
Man, what's crazy, man, is his build is fucking. I thought it looks like me, bro. Like like to be that. Usually they.
Freddie's like, that could have been me.
No. Like for him to play you know, he's not a fucking ragdoll by any means, and just he's like about the same, bit taller than me. Obviously, everyone is, but yeah, just his build and the way that he's playing at that fucking level.
And he's been doing it for a long time.
Oh
now,
man, yeah. You wouldn't go. That's a fucking jacked up NRL player, you know. But obviously, he's a fucking freak. So,
who do we think's going to play 6 for the Bronx next year? Like. I've seen photos.
Stags still? Or?
No, I think Stags have been in the centre.
He said that's gone out the window.
But I've been seeing photos with Billy Walters training in the starting squad, but there's also been photos of Tyson Gamble in there. But you've also got Albert Kelly. So, I think
it's going to be either Albert Kelly or Gamble. I can't see Walters doing
I think because between Kelly and Gamble, right? They offer, like, Kelly's shown that he can offer glimpses of
like
awesome,
flair, brilliance,
with a structured, you know. And Gamble's gonna fucking defend his ass off. He's gonna be usually mistake free, talk his fucking ass off. But Reynolds offers that anyway, doesn't he? So I think you need that X factor. Like, even though Reynolds can slide in and out of being an X factor, but I think. You need, like, I wouldn't mind Kelly.
Like a bit of yin and yang.
So big motherfucker too. Like, but he's still quick. He's good. Got good footwork. He's still quick, but he's one of the fucking biggest blokes in the field. Nearly, he's bigger than half the fucking. He's definitely bigger than the other half.
At least with Reynolds, you know you're going to get consistency and some structure, so you don't need to worry about, like, last year when we were playing Kelly and Gamble and stuff like that. Like, Gamble had to worry. He was the structured half. So with Reynolds there, you can probably risk putting Albert Kelly there or someone else.
Yeah, I think that it's also everyone's got to stop panicking. Just give a combination a go for a while. You know, it's too chopping and changing.
Whoever they do decide to give it to, you say, right, it's your jersey till Origin or something like that, and just say just go hard, just do what you do, and then, like, once Origin comes, if we've got a losing record, we just reassess and see how we go.
Remember when they were saying Lockyer can never be a 5'8" when he started going into it, and they're like, oh no, he'll never be a good 5'8". Let's put him back to fullback, and then he's the one of the best 5'8s ever. You know, like, but that was like back in the day when they actually gave players time to build up and earn that position.
Yeah, well, look at Ponga. They tried to do it to Ponga and gave him 8 games or something, and then straight back to fullback. Like, they didn't even give him.
Yeah, because how much time you think, especially in NRL, when you go from. It's like when they talk about when you go from college, like collegiate football, to NFL. They say usually in college football you have about 6 seconds of like a thought process in a play, and then in NFL it goes down to like a 2 second. You know, for like receivers and running backs and stuff to find their lane or catch that ball. It's like in NRL they're trying to develop while being at the fucking top of the game, and we're not giving them enough time. Like,
crazy. And do you think the players that are successful...
Dano did. And then our sign turned off again.
Yeah. The players that are successful in positions, like, you look at, like, in the halves, so you look at successful halves, like Nathan... Who were the best 2 halves last year? Nathan Cleary and Cody Walker.
Yeah.
Well, those two have been playing the halves their whole life.
Yeah.
And then they're successful at it because they've been doing it forever, repetition, all over. Like, even other halves that... maybe aren't quite the very top level, but are still NRL quality, like a Chad Townsend or someone like that. Yeah. He's been a half his whole life, repetition, and he's still only run-of-the-mill halfback.
And that's it. I think halfback, I really believe halfbacks are born halfbacks.
Yeah.
The way that they play, it's like our mate Brian Brown. I always thought that he was born a fucking halfback, man, because I knew that I could never play a halfback like that cunt does. Yeah. You know, I'd have to just work at it and fake it till you make it as a halfback.
Well, that's why there's such a shortage of halfbacks in the NRL, same as quarterbacks for the NFL, because...
And they get thrown around fucking all over the shop.
Yeah, exactly. And every team, if you look through every team right now in the NRL and thought, what really could they really benefit from most, and there's at least 6 or 7 that... could, like, their biggest need is a halfback, and then after those 6 or 7 there's probably 4 or 5 more that would love an upgrade. That just shows how criminally fucking disadvantaged we are with a lack of talent in the halves. But, like, they're coming through, and they're always going to continue to come through. Like, we got Sam Walker coming through. He looks like a fucking dead set throbber. There's a whole lot of young talent there, but not many really make it because it's fucking hard. And we're talking about playing blokes there for a couple of weeks and then chopping them out. Like, just give them a chance.
And also, it's like, who the fuck would want to be a halfback?
Yeah, exactly.
I look at quarterbacks and I'm like, who the fuck would want to be a quarterback? Every single, like, when they lose, it's on them.
It's on them.
You know,
everything. Yeah, and
that's what you try and say when we play.
What's that?
You think that when we win that it's on you when you play?
No, I'm saying like when we're playing, I'm faking it till I make. You know, I'm trying to fucking fake it, like pretend I'm a halfback in there. But did you guys see? So we Demetrius Thomas died. Did we talk about this last week?
Didn't do it last week.
Wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. He's like a Hall of Famer, and he died last week at 33 years old. So what happened? I think he had a seizure at home. He was like common to have seizures, but usually people around. He had one at home, and then so he passed away at 33. He played at the Bronx for 9 years, Denver Broncos, and then he went. I think he went to Texans but anyway, he retired. So as an NFL player, you retire at a club that you want to, and so obviously he retired last year as a Bronco, and then he passed away. So bro, I'm watching this last week and I'm tearing up because what the Broncos did is they had 88, his number, like sprayed on the field, and they received a kickoff. And you line up with so you got 11 in the offense, right? So they lined up with 10. And then one of the wide receivers stayed off the field over near the 88. And then to do that, they receive a penalty because they're not. It's a delay of game because you don't have. So the Lions, Detroit, they go, oh yeah, we're obviously not accepting the penalty. So they lined up with a like 10. Everyone cheered, fucking went nuts because they're like, oh, the 11th player out here is DT for us. And I was like, just fucking tearing up, man. Yeah.
They did it similar with Kobe when he went. Each team was
did that? Yeah.
Each team for like a week in the NBA for every game the start of the season, they gave a 8-second violation or a 24-second violation. Kobe's two numbers 8 and 24, so they'll inbound the ball and they'll just wait in their own half court and just give away an 8-second violation. Then the other team will go down and not use a shot clock and give away a 24-second violation. So to start the game, you had a violation both ways.
Yeah.
And then it was, play on from there. Nice little touch.
Oh, yeah, fucking, and it was so cool because obviously before the game, then Lions go, we're not taking the penalty, obviously, and then they continue from there. Then the wide receiver comes in off the game, and then they play on from there. Yeah. And then when something happened during the game, like they like a sack or an intercept, they ran the ball over and placed it on his number. And every time too, I was like, just fucking I was like, tissue boxes beside me, bro. And then after the game, the crowd would DT, just nuts for ages.
Pretty sappy as.
Yeah.
Chris is like, Christian,
but yeah,
I need you to do this. He's like, fuck off.
Yeah, I got to see him play once and win a game in overtime when he was playing with Tebow. If you all remember, like Tim Tebow, that was quarterback for to be a player at an NFL team for 9 years, that's pretty crazy because it's like you usually get shopped around more than that. So, but yeah, and your boy broke the record for threes. We didn't talk about this.
Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, so do we start talking about, do we just drop LeBron and say who's better? Is it Jordan or Curry?
Well, the funny thing is today, this is what's fucking funny today. We went in to the store to get a present for someone. And we walk in, I said, oh, fuck, do you have like smaller sizes in these jerseys here? I can only find a fucking Lakers jersey. And the guy goes, oh, nah, sorry, mate. We only have the small size in the Lakers because they're the most famous team right now, and that's LeBron because he's like the most famous player. And I'm like, do you even fucking watch basketball, bro? Like, fuck off thinking that the Lakers are the most famous team right now.
No one cares about LeBron anymore.
Like, LeBron is still the most famous.
Brooklyn Nets are more fucking famous than the Lakers at the moment. And then don't ever fucking sleep on those motherfucking Warriors, you fucking dog
am
cunt.
I right, dog?
Yeah. Fuck
LeBron,
Christian,
bro. Like he knows basketball.
But no, that was fucking. I was watching that at work, bro. Like
it was good.
He's had a form slump though, which was shit, and he's still continuing with it because I think I was the same. I was thinking maybe he's just trying too hard to get the record because he was just jacking up threes.
Yeah, and he's shooting.
Now that he's got it, he's still like a bit off. I don't know what's going on, but I think he's just whatever. But I was watching at work and I was watching. He got the first one to tie it, and I was like, yeah, and then he got the second one, and then they fucking time out, and
Yeah.
everyone just like loaded the court, bro. And I'm sitting there, and I'm doing the same thing as yours. Like,
Sounds like he
my
does a lot
that's
of
my
work.
boy, bro. That's my boy. And someone's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Fuck off, leave me alone." I'm
It's
sitting
pretty
there.
epic. It just goes to show like how much he's changed the game. So it's like the game's changed a lot of times over the years. So like not many people can say they genuinely changed the game. Like Shaq changed it big time when he came in with the like Hacker Shaq rule and the 3 in the key rules.
How
and all
did
this sort
Shaq
of
change
stuff.
it? Being such a big body?
Yeah. So he used to just
unstoppable.
camp
man.
in the paint and
Yeah.
just anyone who came in got turned back, and every time they're in there and he just camp in there, grab the ball and dunk it.
So a question just before, so I remember it. Do you guys ever heard the saying "hard in the paint"? I'm going hard in the paint.
Yeah.
Like like if I'm paying out someone, or I'm going hard in the paint on him. And
Yeah.
Well, I
you
mean,
know,
you wouldn't really use it in that
Yeah,
context.
but we know what you're
oh
saying.
yeah, I
understand what
would.
you're
Like
saying.
if I was like slaughtering someone, I'd be like, oh, you fuck
Yeah.
Freddie, you're going hard in the paint on the cunt. You know, like,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I think
yeah,
you're a
but-
bit you're a bit
but-
too seasoned for that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
but
more
nah.
like if you
That's sort of they come from pretty much like Shaq's era of
I looked it
basketball.
up yesterday
Yeah.
because I didn't know what the fuck. I use it.
clear. I can tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
use it
looked
wrong.
yeah, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" It's for what
Yeah.
they call the key or the
keyway.
the-
Yeah,
is-
so
is-
it's
all
all
paint.
it's painted a
Paint,
different
yeah,
color.
it's
Yeah.
a
so they
different
go.
colour,
The
yeah.
boys are going
Hard in
harder
the
in there
paint,
to
yeah.
get to the
Yeah, so that was everything back in the day. Everyone was in the paint. That's why Wilt averaged 50 on a season, because he just go inside and just dunked the ball because he was 7'3", and the next biggest player in the NBA then was like 6'10" or 6'11" or something.
okay.
And he would just get in there and dunk the ball. So Shaq was doing the same thing until they brought in the 3-second violation, so you can't stay inside the paint for more than 3 seconds.
If you're the offensive team,
Yeah. So
defensive can just sit there.
no,
yeah.
defense has a 3-second as well.
Is it?
Yeah, but that
Oh, is that, mate,
defense.
that's only in the NBA. They're not in FIBA.
Has
Yeah.
zone defense always been a thing? Like you can't do zone or whatever. Like
You can do whatever you
You
want.
can do whatever
bro.
you want, but
Indeed.
no one to defend.
so in
the zo-
defense, you can just go and just sit in the paint.
No, because that's a 3-second
No,
violation.
Oh, okay,
zone
yeah,
is
yeah.
not in the paint. Zone is you hold a structure.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like 2 up, 3 back,
Even
or
if
3
like
up,
so
2 back,
so
or something
zone
like
is you hold a structure, and if someone moves,
You switch.
but you're not like that. Man marking is where every person's following like
that. Yeah, man
their
to man.
man, but
Yeah.
zone is like if you're here 2 up the front and they fucking one guy moves to the side, you're not going to move across your player
Yeah.
to get to him.
You just stay in your-
stop and
So
switch
you
players.
defend your little area, but no one in the NBA would defend a zone because the offense is too good. They'd kill
Yeah.
you. They'd absolutely.
So
kill
what
you.
they got to move in inside outside like
Yeah.
if that 3-second rule.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
gotta
So,
come in, out,
as
come in,
as a
or-
defender, they usually just camp like on the
Yeah.
side of the paint. They can have a foot out, but offenses can't have a foot in. They have to be out and then in.
yeah.
So it's like Shaq came in and they had to change the rule because he was so much bigger and so much better than everyone. He'd get the ball and just dunk on everyone. So they changed that, and then like the game sort of changed slightly through the years. But then when Curry came in, for the first few seasons, he was just a decent point guard. The Warriors made the right decision choosing him over Monte Ellis, which is shown to be fucking amazing. And now he went on a hit from like 2015 till now of just started jacking threes and making like 44% of them roughly, which is unbelievable. And now he's got the record for threes all time, and the whole league has followed. As like you say, 5 years ago, the percentage of power forwards and centers shooting threes were like fucking nothing at all, and now every power forward and center's jacking threes. And they're
Was it Curry's dad? Was he a
Del Curry? Yeah,
Was he a
he was a
three-point
3-point
shooter? Yeah,
master as
okay.
well. He played for Charlotte, and he was a
Yeah, so
3-point
he's
master
and
as
his
well.
brother is as well.
Yeah.
So they've been trained for that. But the thing is with Curry's record is Ray Allen's record was in like 1,330 something games. Steph's he beat the record in 788 games.
Yeah.
So that's like insane.
It
Like,
shows
it's
how
just
much
like-
he's changed the game.
But the thing is, Ray Allen was in the league for a long time. That's why, if he wasn't in the league for as long as he was, he wouldn't have broke that fucking record.
Was he there on the day? Did he come down
yeah,
to
yeah,
the court?
yeah. So he was on the court, and they had the little moment after the game of hugging each other and stuff, which was the same thing when Ray Allen took the record off Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was was on court,
sick.
and they did the similar thing. So there's a good photo of it changing hands.
Yeah.
From Reggie goes from first to second to third. So yeah,
I think you need Curry to play, even as like if he's getting a bit older and starts playing as a player just off the bench to come in and shoot some threes and
getting
get
older?
off. He's 33, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So, like,
But
if
in
you think
saying
about that in
that's not
perspective,
old.
Young as shit, man,
LeBron's
it's my age.
36, though, and he's fucking
Yeah.
near in the end, right? So,
Bro, LeBron's still dunking on people.
if
Have you
I
seen-
think
have you-
Curry,
LeBron's had 2 triple doubles in the last week, and Curry's shooting 30% on the last week. Man, come on.
and LeBron's
Come on.
what? Fucking can LeBron break the fucking 3-point record? I don't think
He don't
so.
need to. He's breaking the scoring record.
Yeah,
He's
LeBron's-
breaking the
okay,
rebound
but
record.
Check out Curry's hair.
You know it's
bro.
you
That's
know,
still there.
You know what the difference about this is? Fucking how what's LeBron's size and weight? Being in the fucking NBA,
That doesn't matter.
yes, it does. So you
Doesn't
think?
matter.
Would you think
So
you were
you're
a better
thinking-
player if you were fucking double your height and
Yeah,
weight?
well, why isn't Manute Bol the best player in the NBA then? He was 7'7" and like 40 kilos
no,
heavier
that's
than LeBron.
going too far.
Yeah,
When
there's
did
a-
that
there's
start?
a
it goes
point where it's too
Oh,
far,
yeah.
'cause-
So
'cause
when
it's
the
almost-
argument doesn't value your side of the argument, you just cut it off.
It's
Oh,
facts,
right.
bro. If you're like, fuck,
Oh,
Curry
no,
can't
no.
even dunk a fucking ball barely. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. So
And you-
all the
No,
big
like,
guys,
if you go if pound for pound, Curry's killing LeBron.
all the big boys can.
That's
can
why it's
do
why they do
everything,
in
right?
UFC. It's why there's a pound for pound list, right? So if you go pound for pound, LeBron's not even in the top fucking 5. Or he's just
Yeah, because now he's had a fucking 5-run game of fucking doing good when he was doing fuck all before that.
He's averaging 26, 8, and 8. And he's, 19th, 20th season.
He's averaging
He's
fucking
37
$2 million
years old.
spent on his fucking body per year. The fucking wank.
Yeah, fucking. He tried to fucking label Taco Tuesdays as his own, and everyone's like, "That's been around for fucking years. You can't trademark that."
Kind of if I woke up in the morning and I was fucking 6'9", I'd fucking end up playing in the NBL in a week, and then fucking NBA in
Do you
2.
boys watch the NBL?
Nah,
No
it's dog
one
shit.
watches
nah.
the NBL. No one.
Wait, should we talk cricket or?
I've been loving the cricket.
Go-
Eh?
yeah.
Fuck,
Like,
I've
have
been-
you not?
I've been watching it, yeah, for sure. But
It's so good. It's going to be so good getting Pat Cummins back in. Jai Richardson and Michael Nisa, very, very valuable to have in your squad because they both came in and bowled terrifically well. Jai took a fifer in the second innings. And just adding the best pace bowler in the whole world back in, I don't see England have a chance. They're weak, they're feeble, they're spastics, and I'll stick by that 5-0 to Australia.
yeah,
It's going to be awesome.
It's like even the shots they're playing when they're trying to get the draw, Like
Yeah.
they just get impatient or it's fucking.
It's
Like-
just that new form of cricket's come in. The T20 and the one days are so massive now that all these players playing Test cricket all year. They've been playing T20s. They come in, they get one sort of waist height way outside off stump, and they just can't help but having a lash at it. So
Yeah.
like you're trying to nut out a draw, and you're still lashing at everything outside off stump. Just
And you know-
leave that shit, bro.
The biggest loser so far of this whole series is what's our boy that got the Tasmanian? That's
Tim Payne.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because
Because
thing
Alex
like the-
Carey is a fucking
has he
weapon.
dropped one ball?
No. He's
Like-
10 from 10 on catches,
Yeah.
whereas the England keeper Josh Butler, he's caught 7 from 12.
Yeah,
So
he's
he's dropped
like
5
Payne,
catches.
hold my beer, man, because I'm going to be here for a shitload.
Like Tim Payne was going to retire at the end of this summer anyway, and this is perfect. Alex Carey comes in, first Test match, takes 8 catches, which is a record, and then took 10 catches in total. It looked fucking excellent behind the stumps. Made a 50 in the last innings. Just killing it. Absolutely killing it.
And his first was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Oh, he was a AFL prodigy.
Really?
Yeah. So he had a choice to make, and it was one day he just had to decide it was AFL or cricket, and he chose cricket, and now he's the wicketkeeper for Australia,
Yeah, fucking.
which is ridiculous.
Because you had in that first innings as well, you had the Pommies keeper put down 2 sitters.
Yeah, and he took 2 screamers. Oh,
Yeah.
Josh Butler.
Oh, that's it, Butler. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he takes the ones you can't even probably didn't
Yeah.
see into the last second, and the ones that were straight into the glove.
Yeah.
And fucking
It
just palms them, mate.
momentary lapse of concentration. You imagine how quick those balls are getting to him and stuff, and
Yeah.
just goes to show what Carey's doing and how impressive it is. One little like millisecond of fucking
Have you guys ever?
of lack of concentration, and it's down.
Have
Yeah.
you guys ever? Because I
struggle.
haven't played a lot of cricket, like even socially. But have you guys ever faced like
Yeah,
over
I faced
100?
I faced Voorhey in the nets.
What?
It's-
But isn't he a spin?
No, he's seaman.
Oh, okay.
It was
And is it
fucking
quick?
terrifying. 'cause
Seaman?
I had no gear on.
Yeah.
And I was
What, bowling a cricket ball?
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
So I wear pads and shit now when I go to the nets because I face Joel. He can bowl just over 100 somewhere, and I go down with Cal a fair bit. But when I was facing Voorhees, and I've barely ever been to the nets before. Like I've batted before, and then Voorhees comes in. We got a cricket ball, and he's beaming him at 120, and it was fucking terrifying. You can barely see 120 k's, let alone fucking.
Because like I played baseball until I was 16, 17, and I was like when you get to that age, I'm facing like 80. 80 mile an hour pitch, 80, 85 to 90.
So it's 145 k's.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But you're not dealing with a bounce, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like it's a second, like I load up and then I see it. It's a ball. I don't pull the trigger. But if it is, I pull the trigger and fucking hope I get a piece of it.
Yeah.
But you're not having to deal with actually fucking worrying about a bounce or where it's coming off. The only thing that's replicated is like spinners, like is when a pitcher will throw their junk, their screwball, their curveball and stuff, where you got to change up the speed of your bat swing. But I can't imagine like dealing with the bounce
and
as well.
On like world class pitches, like when we go in the nets, it's obviously most of them are concrete based with turf over the top and stuff. But it's the same on a pitch. It zips up off the deck. So sometimes you'll be coming to you at this pace and then get an extra bounce off the deck, or it'll slow.
They take a bit of height off them too when they come off the thing. So it's coming in like this and it's hitting, but it's going like that.
Yeah, you can get a slider, or you can get something that really rears up with a bit of bounce, and depending on which way
it hits a fucking seam,
and
kick
they
up.
can
They got a longer length. It's usually just fucking skidding off the ground, going straight for your wickets, and it's hard.
Have you played a bit, Keanan?
Oh no, not really. But like, I'm pretty good at cricket. Yeah. I'm definitely a bowler. I'd like to actually see how fast I can bowl. I think I can bowl pretty quick.
Yeah, I can't keep my arms straight, man. Like because of baseball, I just can't keep it. I is lines and off spinner. That's what I do when I get I just fucking off spin because it's like I can try to keep my arm a bit straighter than I'm trash though. But
should get a cricket game.
Wait, we should start. We should start a team, man.
It's good.
I would go and play fucking
Social.
like 100%.
Oh, fucking!
But I wouldn't want to play like indoor cricket. I'd want to actually play out. On the fucking,
I wouldn't play indoor cricket because it's fucking. You're locked in a little cage, a little hard ball flying around very, very fast.
I think how many sluts we'd get, man. Just playing indoor
cricket sluts. Like you go to the local park and all the chicks just come around.
Their smoke shows.
They're the boys that are making big cash.
The Australian cricket team.
When you're paying to play, I don't think that's happening.
I'll get Christy down there on the side with a bikini.
That smells good, doesn't it?
Smells like sperm gun.
haven't heard one of those in a while.
Smells like that clean rubber off that fucking dildo you got up there.
The word you're looking for is silicon.
He had to wear it in before fucking.
Well, that's what I said. Fuck, she said she didn't want it. So I said, I might as well not let it go to waste, and I might as well just go to town on it.
Did you order
just suck it to the window and start fucking it?
Got a fucking big bottle of lube in the
cupboard.
On
the front of the Merc, bruh, and just slightly go in and reverse. Slightly go in and reverse. That'd be sick.
Keanan doesn't know how to drive, bro.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, so, to get someone else to drive for him.
I can't have a remote control on myself. Remote control car.
I'll drive. A shotgun driving. Just fucking drop it.
Everyone's like, all your family's like, why is Keanan asking for a remote control car every single present?
Anyone for Christmas, please get me a remote control car.
And someone else get me batteries, please.
And also, did you order the lube with it or?
No, I've had that for a while.
It's like a big bucket of KY jelly Keanan's had, and he just keeps it. He's actually got a contract with KY.
The KY's
that's my initials, bro. That's literally my initials. KYY.
Keanan Yogi Jelly.
That's the sponsor straight up.
That is really good. That's really good. Anyone from KY Jelly watching, we're looking for a sponsorship opportunity. You'll be.
It's going to be special edition. It's going to be KYY Jelly.
Yeah. And we don't want any money or nothing. You just have to supply Keanan with some KYY every week.
Yeah.
100%.
Top up the shelf, especially after he flogs himself with his 8-incher all the time. He's going to need a lot of lube.
Did with all my search history, did you guys see any of Tiger Woods' son playing?
No.
I've seen clips. I didn't really watch it.
Fucking hell, bro.
It's like the clone of Tiger Woods.
12 years old. 12 years old, teeing off on a par 3. Teeing off, spinning it exactly like Tiger does with his club. Just tees off, spins it, puts it behind his back. You watch it, it hits the edge of the green, backspin, rolls within like 2-3 meters of the
That's
hole,
fucking,
man.
that's
And
fucking-
Tiger grabs his club, and it's not like, oh, you know, I'd be like, fuck yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, you'd be
Tiger's
pumped.
like, nice, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
Shot.
Oh, and the kids are fucking, you know, because he's a dime. He's going to be a fucking smoke show as
Yeah.
well. Like, he's just got
It's a
everything
smoke
going
show.
for him.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Must be a hard life.
Oh man, and then because they were playing like a pro-am together.
Yeah.
So and just some of the shots, man. As a 12-year-old, it's fucking unbelievable. Obviously, Tiger was doing that when he was 4 years old on the fucking
Yeah.
Tonight Show or whatever.
It's
But
ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, man, Tiger.
Next one.
Yeah. So and we got that. We're looking at that. What's his name from the Tigers? Simona getting knocked out last night.
Yeah.
Just standing on his feet.
Standing on his heels, getting punched in the face,
Yeah.
and the doctor goes, I've seen enough.
Looking around.
Yeah, thinking he was back in sports betting on himself on a
Yeah.
fucking.
That was
Maybe
that's
he
what it
bet on
was,
himself
yeah.
for the boxing.
Yeah.
Maybe better to lose.
Yeah.
At round 6, my team's going to throw in the towel. He's
Yeah.
like, fucking load up on that shit.
Yeah, but what fight? I didn't even know about that fight card. Like,
It's because no one
Yeah,
cared,
well,
though.
that was the prelude to tonight's Gallen fight.
Yeah.
So they had a dual card.
But it was all just like
last night.
fucking spastic.
so yeah,
on
so
that
tonight
one.
we got Gallon, Lassick, Garside, and
Harry Garside.
Harry Garside and Medalia.
That's it.
Yeah. And then you got Hyentin versus
Leilua.
Leilua.
That should be a good
Hodges versus Ross and Lassick.
Yeah,
versus-
Freddie Lussick is
Freddie Lussick
fighting.
versus Taylor May.
Apparently he looks real good as a boxer, eh?
Yeah, and Taylor May apparently could throw down too, so that might be a good one. And watching Hodges and the Ross dog get at it, they've been into each other all week, and they're like,
That fucking face off.
yeah, it
bro.
was cringe.
Oh,
it hurt me to
exactly
watch
what
it.
Keanan said.
Shit is second.
It literally
If
hurt
someone
me to
does that
watch
to
it.
me, you know what I do? I grab their face and I pash them, man.
Yeah,
Just kiss the fuck out of them because it's like
it was.
I'd
cringy.
just probably just punch him, bro. But
Nah,
do it.
you do you.
Yeah.
You
nah,
do
can you
you.
imagine how viral you'd go? Just make.
Have you
him out
not
with
seen
a
that
cunt.
guy that does that?
Yeah, in the UFC
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
It was fucking cringe for both of them.
But like,
Both of
why
them.
is he going to do this?
But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure didn't Hyentin and Luai do it as well?
Leilua?
They-
Yeah. Well, they have been fucking rattling back and forth like.
Showing him
show-
clips
yeah.
of
That
Leilua's
trash
thing.
talk.
Leilua's like, oh,
His
you-
brain cells went for a fucking jog when he was in that fucking
His
presser.
brain cells went for a jog in 2014 when he stopped being a decent centre, and now he's just a full.
He's like, you fucking played off the bench. He's like, you should have been on the bench. He's like, well, yeah, this year, yeah. And I'm like, you've just fucking sprayed yourself.
Yeah.
you
The
fucking
funniest
idiot.
thing, he's like, "What have you done in the last couple of years?" Something. He's like,
He's like,
"Won two
two
premierships."
premierships. And he's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, cunt, you're roasting yourself, you fucking
Yeah.
idiot. Like,
You're
are you here to
fucking
just
Derek.
make yourself look like an absolute fuckwit?
You know, Joe, that there was a dead set Derek when the Tigers get rid of you. The
Yeah.
Tigers pay big money
Oh,
to get
man.
Dereks to their club, and they're
Yeah.
getting rid of you. He last year there was a game where he got sin bin and suspended because he tried to fight a bloke for tackling his brother. His brother played in the same team. Dead set tackled him, and then before you know it, just gets up and tries to fight him.
But also, like, what do you think of the face-off? Like, obviously, we watch so much fucking fighting now. UFC, fucking Bellator, boxing, Jake Paul's lane, and none of
Suck, go
them,
down.
none of them are rubbing faces, noses, and lips together.
Yeah.
Like, where do these guys think that, like, oh, let's do this?
They're
this
trying
will
to
be
sell
sweet.
fights, but they're not doing it right.
Yeah, sell fight. You know how you sell a fight?
Yeah.
Get fucking fit.
Yeah.
And look like a boxer, cunt.
Yeah.
Because
And talk some genuine
Yeah.
shit. Talk like Conor McGregor for a bit. Just
Yeah.
absolutely
Because
ridicule the cunt.
last time Hodges jumped off a couch to fucking fight.
and got knocked
And got
the fuck
absolutely
out.
oh
Yeah.
man, and
He doesn't look that much fitter this time, to be honest.
Like,
Well, to be honest,
that's
I'm
why-
not very confident that he's going to win another fight.
no, that's why I think I actually give props to Gallon, man, because he looks like he loves the sport,
Yeah.
and he actually is trying really hard at it. You know,
I agree.
No, he's a prize fighter. He said he's in it for the money.
he's prize fighter.
Prize
Yeah, well,
fighter.
that's all. They all say that now, but yeah. And did you guys see the Jake Paul fight?
It was fucking shit.
I saw the knockout. and
I lost a
didn't watch the
shitload of money, but yeah.
You bet on Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, bro.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Little did I know the fight was going to be rigged again.
Well, I wouldn't bet on one of those fights because I just through fear of it being rigged.
Yeah, I just thought I was thinking that, I watch all the lead up, and the way that Paul he was like saying answers that wouldn't go win or loss. Like he was a bit more tentative of what he was saying this time because he'd been hit by Woodley.
Yeah,
and he'd felt that. But and then I was watching that first 5 rounds. Did you watch it, Keanan? Like the commentators, I was like, "What the fuck is this, man?"
It was almost a fucking wrestling match.
Like jab, cross, tie up. Jab, cross, tie up. And that's all they were doing is tying up.
That's what they go, boys. Oi, we got to make this go at least a bit further this time.
Yeah,
and then when I let you know you're going to take this fucking knockout and I'll give you $3 million.
And the ref was going, boys, we got to box, man. Like the ref was going, we got to start boxing. Just something. But the reason I don't think it's rigged is because Woodley you can't get knocked out like that. Like he's a meme all over.
But also, as a fucking professional fighter, you've been for a long time. Why do you drop your guard that easily?
Yeah.
How does your guard get dropped that easily?
Paul's corner was like, we've been baiting him the whole fight. I was like,
no, you haven't.
No,
but the thing is, he wasn't throwing. It's not like
and they were saying
Jake Paul threw 5 big body shots and he's hurting there. That never happened. So why is he flinching so much to put his arm down to block that? And also, if you're going to take a punch to either your face or your fucking body, which one are you picking?
Yeah, body.
Exactly.
Every day.
You're not going to drop your entire guard, especially when he's throwing a right punch. You move your left hand. You don't even try and move if he's throwing to your body, you try and tuck. You try and tuck. I'm not even a fucking professional boxer. I know I wouldn't just move that arm like that and get knocked the fuck out. Like,
oh man, it was bro. And as soon as it started, I got sick in my stomach because of my money that I bet on. I was like, this isn't going to go how I thought it was because it's either going to go to a decision and Jake Paul's going to win because they need that cash cow to keep going. Showtime needs it. He's got one more fight on the promotion, I think, at Showtime. Yeah. So he's going to get a Diaz or I reckon he's going to get someone where Dana White plays ball because he wants a piece of that prize.
Well, I was reading today that one of the promoters was saying that they're going to redo the Fury fight early next year.
Oh man, I think he walks through Fury now.
Really?
Tommy Fury.
Oh yeah.
Really? Fuck. I still am not convinced at all of him as a boxer. You watch him box, he does absolutely fucking nothing to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
One, the opponents that he's handpicking, right? Handpicking them, saying, there could be fucking 5 people in a line, and there's a bar graph like you and your cocks and stuff. Of easiest to hardest, and he's either looking at the middle or the fucking easiest. He's never going to look at the hardest. Yeah. And then he goes out there and he doesn't even do anything to make himself look good.
No, that's it. And the thing is, the casuals, that all they see is that knockout, and they go, oh, fuck, this kid's legit. Because they don't see the first 5 rounds of everyone was going,
rubbish.
Because it came straight after... is it Amanda, the girl, the fighter, that on the co-main, the one right before her? I forget her last name. But you go from that, which was world class. She put on a fucking ass kicking, and then you go to the main event, and it's like, it's 2 scrubs. It's fucking Hodges and Hodges and Ross tying up probably for fucking 5 rounds.
Speaking of that, has another fight been fought? Because those fights are on now.
Oh,
yeah.
So
the thing is, like as you were saying, the casuals don't see all the shit boxing. They see Jake Paul knocking him out, and then
and they also see 5-0 or 6-0 or whatever it is, and they go, "Wow, this guy."
The next fight sells fucking tenfold, and then this boxing promotion's getting jacked up off literally one good punch. That was Keanan believes his stage, which I'm probably behind it.
I just don't think.
Don't get behind.
I just don't think you'd want to be flatlined that much as a stage. You do what you did in the first fight, where if he caught Paul and didn't go in for the finish.
Well, so I don't want to be like one of those conspiracy theorists, but I rewatched the punch over and over, and the more I watched it, I'm like, it actually wasn't that hard. He didn't actually punch him that hard. It looked like he really got him really good at the first time. I watched it over, I was like, it doesn't seem like he hit him that hard, and then you see the way that he fucking loaded that punch up for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Like if you're a fucking proper fighter, you can see that because he's cocked it,
And
looked at him,
the hand curls.
and gone.
And
exactly. No one does that in a fucking
the
fight.
sequence they go, the commentators and shit. They reckon so. Oh, he got him with a good feint. There was no feint.
No.
He went in. He stepped back,
and
came
then
back in, and just
wound
wound
No,
up.
he did it twice.
Yeah.
He turned his hand.
Yeah.
Looked.
And then-
they
and then
looked
he-
at each other for a second, and then he took a step back. He turned it again, loaded it, waited,
in,
and then threw it.
And then threw it. Yeah.
And then Woodley fucking just immediately drops his guard. And if you watch closely as well, it's weird because if you think you're getting a body shot, you're dropping your guard like that. Woodley turns his head like that as the punch is coming. So if you're thinking it's a body punch, your best reaction is to do that. And your head would probably turn into it rather than he does that, drops his guard, but turns his head that way. That makes no fucking sense.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not like he went for a fucking lead, feinted a lead hook first and then came.
Like he didn't go whack. He's just gone whack, and it's just like, bro, come on, man. But maybe my theory is, I still don't believe it. I think Jake Paul's a fucking fraud. Fuck that cunt. He's full of shit. But I just think that they've gone, look, I've been fucking called out so much about fixing fights or putting clauses in fights and stuff. I'll give you a lot of money, but this has got to be legit this time.
Yeah.
Like,
what about
legit enough.
It was so funny, man, because I watched the post-fight with Ariel Helwani and he gives him the Rolex. and Tyron was like so genuine where he was like, I'm going to accept it. He wrapped it up for me.
And then they're like shaking hands and shit. I'm like, that's when I was like, they're
it's-
talking shit
then-
to each other. And then he's like, thanks, bro. I'm like,
And then did you see straight away
on,
after
man.
the fight, was either an NFL player or an NBA player talking shit to Tyron, and Jake jumps in Tyron's corner and goes, look at Tyron, this guy is calling you out. He goes, how about next MVP promotion, most valuable promotions or whatever? He goes, I'll put you on the undercard. You drop this guy quicker than the Ravens. Oh, he was an NFL player. Drop it quicker than the Ravens. So he's like in his corner already, saying, trying to,
And did you see Tyron Woodley's mum laughing, standing next to Jake Paul at the end?
Yeah.
She's standing there
that
like,
was-
Oh, but then on the
Strange,
way
that
out
was
of the
strange.
ring though, she gets asked by a fucking journalist like, "Oh, what happened? what do you think went wrong tonight?" And Tyron's mum goes, "What the fuck went wrong, motherfucker? Like, what do you think went wrong? He got knocked the fuck out."
nothing went wrong because that motherfucker's taking home that big payday as usual.
Just sitting on that cheddar.
Fuck those cons, bro.
Yeah, but that's why me and Keanan were talking about. We do a fight night, right? So it's us first, the the rules, boys, and then you take on Seguiaro.
Fuck no. Did you watch the video of him bashing that cunt in 20s?
Yeah, well, you got to take him on, and then he's going to do Norman, and I'll do Ice.
If I can wrestle the cunt, then
no,
I'm
I
not
reckon
punching
we
on.
make it as MMA, not
No.
boxing.
Mine and Normie's wasn't sell though because it's just two mates.
No,
can't
you
look
got to
like
talk
twins.
track. You're going to have to
I can't. I was
organise
just
and
like,
talk
hey,
track.
You look
bro,
like
hang
twins,
on.
cunt. You and Normie.
Oh, yeah,
almost
I've got to
twins.
shave
Yeah,
my
they do
goatee.
look
I got to
like-
shave my
Look a bit
Mo
like
goatee
twins.
and again.
Yeah, but you're versing a retired NRL player. I'm versing a fucking...
You're versing a juiced up one.
Exactly. a juiced up one.
Probably not
And
even
one that
juiced up,
can
that's his
th-
body type.
And one that can throw. Like,
Yeah,
I'd be down if we started on the ground and wrestled. I'd wrestle
But
the
also,
cunt,
you've
but I'm
got to
not
probably
punching on
you
him.
got the height difference too, and he thinks that he's got fucking ice.
I got him.
I mean, he's got ice in his veins. I don't know if he get the fight against ice.
Yeah,
fucking-
and ice on his spoon that he's eating up.
That's where I was getting at.
Yeah,
not
that's good.
like ice in his veins, like he's knocking down shots, like he's going
How
hard.
about
in the
we
paint.
swap? I'll take ice, you can take Segi. You guys are more related in height and shit like that, and you're both small,
That's what I
little,
said, but he's
small little
scared.
aggressive
He's scared.
juicies.
He's
Yeah,
scared, that's why.
whatever, Sal. Man, I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Honestly,
Done
you
deal.
put any-
Mate,
Oh,
a W is a W. For
Give me
me,
six.
bro.
Give me 6 months.
W is a
Give me
W
6
for
months
me.
of boxing training. I'll fight Jake Paul for free.
For free.
For free, just to knock him the fuck out. Come at me, Jake Paul, if you're listening.
Unless there's another like low budget podcast in Brisbane that we can do a fight night.
Yeah.
Just three boys sitting in there.
We'll just we'll find like a brother podcast that we can just pick the piss out of whenever we want. Like, oh, you guys come
and we
down
just
here.
start talking mad
I'd
shit.
actually be really keen to have a boxing fight though.
Well, I wouldn't want. The thing is, I've always said this like to people that ask me, which is like, no one, but
It's only Mitchell Paisley.
if I could do boxing or MMA, I'd definitely do MMA because
Yeah.
there's places to hide in MMA. Boxing, just throwing hands, and if you get fucking fatigued, you're fucked, man.
Yeah. Well,
MMA, I can try to lean, grapple.
Yeah.
We
Get
know
you in,
and
get on top of you, and
We know you'd lose that straight away because you got nothing on the ground.
You do have nothing on the ground.
The thing is though, if
like maybe compared to someone your
wait,
own size, if
come
there was
at me now, bro.
if there's weight divisions, I'd maybe back you against some people your size, but you're just so much smaller than the rest of us.
I had actually called Daneo to come down to where I've been training.
Yeah.
You said you'd do after New Year,
Yeah, I'll come down for a look.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to wrestle people your size, because it's just not a challenge.
No. You usually you try to, like, if you're white belt, you try to go against like a blue belt or a purple, so it's not like white on white, because then you go too nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go
wanted to be interracial.
but yeah, it's but no, it's a good place to start at for sure. Yeah.
Anything else on your list of things to go through?
No, that was it, I think, and then yeah. So we went through the boxing, Tiger Woods, what's Finch. We didn't mention much.
You don't have to run back through it on here. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Get a bit more professional here, Christian.
I'm trying to do
Before
my
we
best,
go, would
man.
you quickly rattle off your thoughts for next season's top four? I think we start doing it every week.
Oh
Top
no, we
four,
got
middle
a
four.
question from our boy on Instagram.
Danny William.
Yeah, Dan William.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I put up a post. I got the one token question.
Just want to get this fucking sweater off, man.
Can't wait, bro, for your boxing debut.
I'd have to, otherwise I'm going to be fighting fucking heavyweight.
But don't you reckon? Would you rather do an MMA fight than?
Oh, 100%. Because if I was actually in a street fight and not like drunk, I would kick someone in the fucking head.
Yeah, and
I
then
wouldn't just go.
Once you
I'm going to
take them
stand
down, you
here.
wrestle them and choke the cunt
But I
out.
wouldn't go. I'm just going to stand here and throw some fucking
Nah.
punches and that's it.
Not a
But I'm
chance.
throwing fucking spinning elbows and some kicks to your face.
Honestly, I'm not throwing hands with anyone. I'm diving straight at you and taking you down to the ground and fucking headbutting.
And then you end up
Driving
like
my
Ben
head
Askren.
in, elbows.
Dana goes
elbows,
to
dick bars,
knees,
you know.
anything. I'll
Immediate
fucking-
takedown gets Ben Askren and fucking has to go to the hospital.
Wait, that'd probably be me because I'm not throwing hands. I'm taking down.
Some guy just goes, "What are you doing?" Whack! Fucking knee to the face.
That's probably what's going to happen. But I'm not taking the risk of getting punched.
You've
and
seen
knocked
my fucking flying kicks, and you've attempted them, and you couldn't do them, right?
out. So our boy Dan William, Dan Wood on Instagram, he's just hooked us up with a question. He goes, "How many bags?
Thanks for listening, mate. Appreciate it.
How many bags will Daneo, Dayneo, and Freedy be on through the Christmas break?"
Well, the funny thing is,
the good thing is, during this Christmas period, I take my own bags to the shopping centre because it's better on the environment and cheaper.
When you're buying
So
a lot
I'm
of
gonna
Christmas presents for people,
Exactly.
you've got to need a lot of bags.
But
I'm going to
also-
work on probably a couple of bags, but I got some big reusable jobs that I'll use.
I
thanks,
think
Danny.
out of the three of us, I do the least bags, so it should have been directed.
I always
to
take
you.
my bags, bro, to the shops.
Yeah, me too. I don't forget my bags because they're 15 cents. All right?
But you know, like if Santa brought me, so Santa brought me a couple grams, man. That's going to be gone
Of
by
what,
the
meat?
time Santa leaves.
yeah.
Meat?
Me and Santa will be on it together.
No,
Talking
it's
about
like
meat when you take
cocaine,
your bags to
cocaine.
the shopping centre?
talking about straight
Oh, okay. I wasn't talking about that.
Well, I'm actually flying and driving around. And
You're
shit
flying.
This
You're
silly
gonna be
season.
flying.
So while I'm in Darwin, I'm sure I'll see our friend Jackie Boy, and we potentially will go shopping
Oh,
together.
he doesn't know any of that, bro.
Yeah, I
He
know,
doesn't
but-
know how to get on.
Once we go shopping together, we're gonna have some bags to take the groceries home. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how many bags we get, depending on groceries bought and money handed over. You know, so we'll figure that out and sort of when time comes. But I'm sure we'll have a report after the silly season for you, Danny. We'll tally them up. And we'll have a little bit of a countdown. We might even just scribe it into the walls here in the studio. But yeah,
Next
thanks
to you, how many times you burp on
We
the
should.
podcast?
What about next week before our New Year's special? We just do bags. on the-
Yeah. Well, we might just have a little bit of a silly session at Keanan's house. And
I'm bringing the fucking dildo down here,
I'll
bro.
bring my
Stick it on the
swag
table.
over. We can fuck, man.
wow.
All right,
Or
you're not
not,
coming.
or
You're
not.
not coming. All right.
Anyway, shout out to all the usual sponsors: Bricklane, Overexertion, the boy DK.
Payday today, boys. I forgot.
What's
Fuck
that?
Yeah,
Payday. The money from Bricklane's just gone into Keanan's account.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Bag it up.
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna
Shout
gonna
out
go.
to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep, and Jeffrey Wright and Christian's brain. That's exact same.
And also Adam Wright for being the next coach of the West Mitchie Panthers.
Shout out to the boys also and everyone else involved with our podcast, our year. Have a Merry Christmas,
Yeah,
everyone.
we've got one more episode next week.
Yeah.
And then big things for the future, especially...
We'll be having 1 week off over the holidays, guys.
one week off, then we'll be back organising that fight night.
Maybe 2, depending on how Daneo feels when he gets back from his holiday. Depending on how many times
I go shopping. Yeah.
How many sequels to Freddy Krueger he's pulling off.
Merry Christmas, everyone, except Keanan's asshole, which smells like semen and lube.
Merry Christmas, you fucking dog cunts.
Yeah, you filthy animals. All right, make sure you don't be a mercenary. Stay true to your guns, and we'll see you in a week. Boom.